Good evening, viewers. You're watching News Today. I'm Preeti Choudhry. After days of intense political posturing, Mamata Banerjee has snapped ties with the Congress in the state of West Bengal. Says we'll do it again. We'll do it alone on 42 seats where the state of West Bengal is concerned. What does this mean for the India alliance? And is it time now for the Congress to wake up and smell the coffee? All of that coming up over the course of the next 45 minutes. First up, the headlines. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee snaps ties with Congress in Bengal, says we'll fight polls alone. Congress reacts, claims crisis will be solved and that Mamata is a crucial member of the India bloc. India split completely out in the open. In Punjab, Aam Aadmi Party declares solo fight. In Bihar, JDU miffed over seat sharing delay. Politics peaks over Bharat Ratna for OBC icon Karpuri Thakur. Congress claims BJP poll ploy behind award, demands nationwide caste census instead. But Nitish thanks Prime Minister Modi. In Mamata versus Rahul, spat explodes. Rahul mouths attack, claims Assam Chief Minister remote controlled by Amit Shah. Congress Chief Kharge accuses Assam cop of working with BJP cadre against Rahul Yatra. ED team relaunches raids in Bengal 19 days after the ED team was brutally attacked. Absconding TMC Neta Shah Jahan's house searched, income tax joins raids. Both sides to be given an archaeological survey copy of the survey taken forth by India survey report in the Gyanwapi case. Truth behind shivling or fountain to be revealed soon. 16 FIRs registered in connection with the Mira Road communal clashes and retaliatory attacks. Police make many arrests and appeal for calm. Bopanna rises to the top seed in men's double rankings after securing victory in the quarter-finals of Australian Open. The 2024 US presidential race heats up. Former US President Donald Trump wins the presidential primary in New Hampshire. Big setback for Trump rival Nikki Haley. All right, so this has been the biggest political news quake of 2024, at least where the India alliance is concerned. Months before India heads into the general elections 2024, Mamata Banerjee has broken up with the Congress in the state of West Bengal, and with that put the India alliance on very shaky ground. It's not just a blow to the opposition bloc, but also terrible optics at a time when the Congress is trying to rally regional allies to take on the might of Modi.
A big jolt to opposition unity. Just ahead of the biggest political battle of the decade, India bloc is hit by party feuds. TMC Supremo Mamata Banerjee has declared her party will go solo in West Bengal. She insists the Congress should limit itself to 300 seats in the Lok Sabha polls.
আমার কোনো কথা হয়নি এবং আমি প্রস্তাব দিয়েছিলাম প্রথম দিনই প্রত্যাখ্যান করেছে। তখন থেকে আমাদের দল সিদ্ধান্ত নিয়েছে আমরা বাংলায় একা করবো। ইভেন ওরা যে আজ থেকে র্যালি করেছে আমাদের একবার অ্যাজ এ ম্যাটার অফ কাস্টিং আমি ইন্ডিয়ার অ্যালায়েন্স আমাকে একবার জানিয়েছে যদি আপনার রাজ্যে যাচ্ছেন জানায়নি। সুতরাং আমার সাথে কোনো বক্তব্য নেই বাংলার ব্যাপারে। অল ইন্ডিয়ায় কি করবো না করবো আপনার ইলেকশন ভাববো। আমরা সেকুলার পার্টি আমরা বিজেপিকে হারানোর জন্য যা করা হবে।
Mamata also claimed the Congress had not kept her party in the loop on the Bengal leg of Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra. The Congress soon went into damage control mode.
ममता जी का पूरा बयान है हम बीजेपी को हराना चाहते हैं और हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि जो कल ममता जी ने कहा कि बीजेपी को हराना हमारा कर्तव्य है, हमारी प्रायोरिटी है, हमारी प्राथमिकता है, उसी भावना के साथ हम पश्चिम बंगाल में प्रवेश कर रहे हैं। इंडिया गठबंधन भी पश्चिम बंगाल में इंडिया गठबंधन के रूप में चुनाव लड़ेंगे और सभी पार्टियों का सहयोग होगा।
Mamta's outburst, however, follows a series of angry statements by Congress leaders rejecting her offer of 2 Lok Sabha seats.
कांग्रेस पार्टी अपनी ताकत पर चुनाव लड़ना जानते हैं। जो 2 सीटें हमारा कब्जे में है वो बीजेपी पार्टी और ममता बनर्जी को हरा के हम लोग कब्जे में लाए हैं। ममता बनर्जी की दया दूरज पे कांग्रेस पार्टी अपना राजनीति नहीं करते, कभी नहीं किए थे, आज भी नहीं करते। बदले में कांग्रेस पार्टी की दया से और मदद से 2011 साल में ममता बनर्जी खुद सत्ता पे आई थी। ये बात मान के चलिए, ममता बनर्जी एक अवसरवादी नेत्री की नाम है।
Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, who piloted the caste census agenda, has thanked the Narendra Modi government for conferring Bharat Ratna on OBC quota champion Karpuri Thakur.
आप अगर देखिएगा तो जब हम लोगों की सरकार बनी है 2005 में, तो 2006 के बाद 2007 से लेकर के आई 2023 तक हर साल, पहले कांग्रेस की सरकार या और की सरकार, बाद में अभी जो सरकार है, इन सब लोगों को हम अनुरोध करते रहे, लिखते रहे कि भाई जननायक कर्पूरी ठाकुर जी का भारत रत्न प्रदान किया जाए। अभी लोग नहीं करते थे, लेकिन कल कर दिया है, तो मुझे खुशी है। मैं इसके लिए केंद्र सरकार को और प्रधानमंत्री जी को भी मैं बधाई देता हूं कि उन्होंने स्वीकार कर लिया।
The TMC's decision to contest elections on its own and the frequent sniping by Nitish Kumar threaten to derail the opposition campaign even before it takes off. This when Modi poll wagon is already running in top gear ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, so Mamta Banerjee made it very clear that she's breaking up with the Congress where an alliance is concerned in the state of West Bengal, but it did have a ripple effect of sorts. Lots of commentary coming in from the JDU, but also what was a little strange is that there is been an unsaid understanding between the seat-sharing committees of the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress that where it comes down to the 13 seats in the state of Punjab, it's best that both parties do it separately and fight independently, which could be beneficial for the alliance. But something made Bhagwant Mann, the Chief Minister of Punjab, hold a press conference and say that in Punjab, the Aam Aadmi Party is going to fight the election alone. Political posturing for Mamta Banerjee, many reading it like that.
2024 में लोकसभा चुनाव में आम आदमी पार्टी के पक्ष में 13 ही हूँ।
ममता बनर्जी ने अकेले चुनाव लड़ने की घोषणा कर दी।
देखो ये तो उनका काम है। ये
इंडिया अलायंस का फ्यूचर कैसे?
नहीं कोई नहीं, वो हो सकता है कोई उनके साथ बातचीत चल रही हो उस लेवल पे, लेकिन पंजाब में हम ऐसा नहीं करने वाले। पंजाब में कांग्रेस से हमारा।
So Mamta Banerjee breaking up with the Congress, what does it mean for the Congress party? And in a larger question, what does it augur in for the India alliance? Let's take that questions to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Rahul Verma, psephologist, Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson, Samajwadi Party, Sanjay Jha, political analyst, Shikha Mukherjee, political commentator, Sushmita Dev, national spokesperson, TMC, and Rajdeep Sardesai. Sushmita Dev, you know, right after what Mamta Banerjee said, you had a Jairam Ramesh who came and saying, listen, all is well within the Congress and the TMC. We are going to make sure that Mamta Banerjee doesn't leave the alliance. Even in the state of West Bengal, we are going to fight the alliance together as India Alliance. And Mamta Banerjee will come around. Will she come around? Was this political posturing?
I think what's important for everybody to understand is that right from 3rd of September, we had said that seat sharing should be completed by 30th of September. When that didn't happen and the 5 states went into election and the results were out on 3rd of December, Mamata Di then said, let's finish and close the seat sharing by 31st of December. Even by 31st of December, that did not happen. Now, be that as it may, her formula and her vision is very clear. Whoever is in the strongest position to fight the Bharatiya Janata Party should take the lead in the state. And our goal, the entire goal and premise of the India alliance is to defeat the BJP. And at this moment, the only strategy that's going to work to defeat the BJP in Bengal is if All India Trinamool Congress fights all 42 seats. Because without that, without All India Trinamool Congress fighting those 42 seats, it seems difficult going by the data that we can see from the 2021 election and 2020 and the 2019 election, that All India Trinamool Congress is in the best position to defeat the BJP in Bengal, and that's what she said. And if everyone, like Mr. Jairam Ramesh said, that he takes respite in the fact that Mamata Di says we have to defeat the BJP, the only way to do it in Bengal is to let the Trinamool Congress fight the BJP head on in 42 seats. But
So you're not okay.
let me say,
May I come in?
Mamata Di is crystal clear. She has not broken the alliance like a lot of news channels are running. But what she has said is her views on seat sharing. So
All
one
right.
needs to make
So Sushmita
a
Dev
difference between the two things and understand it
right.
from
But
that
Sushmita
perspective.
Dev, while I just bring in others, I want to ask you one question. So you said in all 42 seats, if the Congress comes around, because you have offered them 2 and 3 if they accommodate you in Assam and Meghalaya. So even that is not on the table anymore?
You see, what we had done is, even outside Bengal, we did not ask Congress for a single seat where the Congress has won or is winning. The seats we asked for are seats where Congress has lost twice or thrice. Because we understand that where a party is strong, you have to let them fight it. And I think that's what the key formula is to defeat the BJP. So now, in the new situation, given the statement chairperson has made today, I think that All India Trinamool Congress has a working committee, which is the top body of AITC, and it's due to meet in a week or so. And I think that decision about what's going to happen outside the state of Bengal will be taken in consultation with our state leaders.
All right, Rajdeep, so at least one thing that one can gauge, even with what Sushmita has just said, that the fact that Mamata Banerjee or the TMC will not ally with the Congress in West Bengal is now final. 42 seats, the TMC will go it alone, irrespective of whatever Jairam Ramesh might think, especially with the Yatra coming into Bengal tomorrow.
Look, Preeti, the fact is whether Mamata Banerjee and the Congress and the left fought together or not was not really going to make a difference in the final analysis in Bengal in terms of arithmetic. Mamata Banerjee is Bengal's Neta number 1. She is going to fight, in any case, 38, if not 40 seats. If she had gone with the Congress, she would have fought 40 seats possibly. So I don't think in terms of arithmetic, Mamata Banerjee not fighting with the left, which she was never going to do in the first instance, and now with the Congress will make much of a difference in the overall tally in Bengal or the overall arithmetic of Bengal. The problem is the chemistry. You see, you have gone into an alliance and made this claim that you all are all together, and yet constantly you're bickering, and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary says Mamata Banerjee is an opportunist. TMC says, who is Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary to talk about our leader like this? It's this bickering. You're seeing this in Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress in Punjab. All of this sends out just the kind of signals the India Alliance didn't want to send out, and which will make the BJP exult. That here the BJP is claiming we will give you a stable government, and on the other side, you've got a bit of a khichdi of parties which cannot work together. And it shows, in my view, the lack of coordination, particularly in the major party in this alliance, the Congress. The Congress doesn't seem to have anyone at the moment who can actually be crisis manager, enable that these differences don't play out in public. You will recall in 1989, there was VP Singh, in a sense, who emerged as a figure who would bring this alliance together against the Rajiv Gandhi government. Go back to 1977, there was Jaiprakash Narayan. Even in 1996, there was a Harkishan Singh Surjit stitching a post-poll alliance. And in 2004, it was Sonia Gandhi herself who was doing all the hard yards. Who's doing it today? Rahul Gandhi is busy in an Assam Yatra or a Bharat Nyaya Yatra. I mean, that is, to my mind, that's Rahul Gandhi on his own trip. How is that helping the Congress's organization? Similarly, Mallikarjun Kharge is trying to get the Congress workers together, but he's not playing the role of bringing these parties together. The one individual who wanted to do it, Nitish Kumar, was kept hanging for the longest time as convener. So the indecisiveness, the lack of coordination, the lack of a leader who can stitch it all together. There was Sharad Pawar. He might have played this role, but he's confined to Maharashtra. So frankly, to my mind, Preeti, I see the India alliance as a ship on very choppy seas with no captain at the helm. And if that's the case, if there's no captain at the helm guiding the ship, then the ship is going to from time to time hit some rocks and possibly sink.
But
and at a time Modi appears as confident as ever, the last thing the India alliance wants is to send out all these negative signals. So I think it's the optics, the chemistry, and the fact that this alliance has not worked on actually the nitty-gritty of coordination and communication, which is the reason why they are struggling to put up a fight.
Well, Rajdeep, you're bang on where coordination is concerned, but when you talk about the chemistry, there is a fair amount of arithmetic as well, because I want to bring in Rahul Verma. And Rahul Verma, if you're just going to look at the data of 2019, there are 6 seats out of the 42 in West Bengal. If the TMC and the Congress go in together as an alliance, they have a sure shot on those 6 seats. So there is arithmetic involved in this election as well, and this alliance not coming together is going to impact at least those 6 seats.
Thank you, Preeti. Maybe. See, we can't do this kind of simple addition of votes of previous election and think and extrapolate it that this is how it is going to work. See, there are 2 points one have to understand about the arithmetic of 2024 election. The battle is actually not in the coastal states for 2024 because many of these parties like TMC or say DMK are going to hold a lot of their turf. Unless Congress makes BJP sweat in the Hindi heartland and the northwestern part of India, BJP is going to be in the striking distance of power. So the game is actually in the 250 odd seats, which stretches from Maharashtra to Bihar, and Congress will have to pull its weight. So that's point one. Second, if you look at specifically about West Bengal, see, I think this was inevitable. It had to happen, this kind of posturing very, very close to Bharat Nyaya Yatra when they're about to enter tomorrow in the state. I think what Congress would like to have more than 4 or 5 seats in the state, and TMC is going to give them 2 based on 2019, and I don't think TMC is even ready to give those 2. See, what we don't understand that many of these parties, especially state level parties, have become what they have become by basically sort of like with the decline of the Congress party. TMC is in some ways a fragment of the Congress party. And if TMC allows Congress party to even gain a foothold where it had, which is the Malda region and Murshidabad and Behrampur region, then for TMC in future, Congress can also become a headache, right? So TMC is not going to allow that kind of leeway for like parties. Okay. Of course, they think in short term, but they also think in long term.
All right. Okay. Sanjay Jha, taking off from what Rajdeep said about complete lack of coordination, and in somewhere down the line, it could be a euphemism of sorts that Rahul Gandhi is practically walking right now to his own tune. Because if you look at it, what did he say yesterday, the day before? Like today, Mamta Banerjee came out and broke the alliance with the Congress. Yesterday, Rahul Gandhi says all is well. Our seat-sharing talks are on course, and Mamta Banerjee is very close to him. How were seat-sharing talks on course, Sanjay Jha, where at least over the last twice over, the TMC Committee on Seat-Sharing has not even attended seat-sharing talks with the Congress? Of the last 2 weeks, the TMC trying to get in touch with the Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi has found no audience. While at the same time, you have somebody like a Yechuri who clearly irks Mamta Banerjee is on a first call advisory basis to Rahul Gandhi.
Yeah. Preeti, you're absolutely right. And I completely agree with what Rajdeep said earlier. See, the truth is that I think the leaders need to know that they all have a mobile phone in their hands. I have never understood this unfathomable mystery of Indian politics. Why do leaders talk through media and intermediaries when they can pick up the phone and speak to each other? Now, these are issues that frankly are all born out of some old fossilized way of thinking that I'm the boss of my party and I need to speak through an interlocutor. Rahul Gandhi saying what he said, I can tell you that he really believes that when he said it. I don't think Rahul Gandhi was
No, but
trying
nobody
to
surprised him of the fact, Sanjay Jha, that the TMC has not attended the last 2 meetings on seat sharing because it's bizarre.
Well, let me tell you, this is also the same Mamata Banerjee who the other day recommended the Congress's Mallikarjun Kharge to become the prime ministerial candidate. Now, you can read some politics behind it, but that was also a TMC leader recommending a Congress candidate to be a PM. So, I think the bottom line is this, that I think Rahul mentioned a little before. The Congress needs to recognize that it is the fulcrum of the India alliance. But you can't afford to let that become into hubris. The truth is, and I think Rahul was absolutely right, because some of us have been saying that for a long time, the Congress has to do the heavy lifting in the mainland 200 odd seats against the BJP if the India alliance is to stop
Sanjay
the
Jha,
BJP.
I'm sorry to come in, but before it does the heavy lifting, it needs to lift the phone where the top brass of the Congress is concerned and speak to the TMC. That's not really happening.
Absolutely. Preeti, this is the point. That end of day, if I was the decision maker in the Congress, let's assume that hypothetically, I would not have even wasted my time on West Bengal, taken the 2 or 3 seats, because sometimes you got to understand that when you're doing an alliance of this kind, you've got to be willing to make sacrifices. You can't indulge in the old statement, I will not be able to galvanize my cadres for the assembly election. I'm giving away 40. Yes, you are giving away 40, because the larger goal, ladies and gentlemen, is to stop the BJP in 2024. Right. That's a simple, short message.
Shikha Mukherjee, for somebody who's, followed the trajectory of Mamata Banerjee's career, there's a lot which was given to mercurial Mamata Banerjee, but for her to come to this decision, what's gone at the making of it?
Well, I think there is a consistency in her decision, because if you go back to March, this is what she was doing anyway. This is what she was saying anyway, that the regional parties should fight on their turf on their own. And it is only a kind of alliance of an idea of unity against the BJP that on the basis of which they should create a platform. In that platform, Mamata Banerjee had no space for the Congress. And she made that very clear in statement after statement. It is only later that the idea of the India alliance was captivated the imagination of the 28 political parties, and that it came into being. So if you look at what Mamata Banerjee has been saying over the past 2 years very strongly, and before that as well, when she tried to establish the federal front, yes, her action today, her decision today, her statement today is consistent with what she has been thinking and the way in which she has been going about creating a kind of partnership with other regional parties, including KCR at one point in time. If you remember, Mamata Banerjee went hopping from state capital to state capital last year. And the purpose of that was to create an agenda and an idea that these parties are working together against the BJP. So that was a non-Congress anti-BJP platform that she had established. Right. And I think today's decision is consistent with that.
All right. Before I bring in Ghanshyam Tiwari into this debate and we go back to Sushmita, Rajdeep, to pull you in, because there was a second part, and I would think also an important part of what Mamata Banerjee said today, because she, of course, broke off the alliance with Congress, but when questioned whether she's leaving the India alliance, she says Congress is not the only one negotiating. I've already been speaking to regional satraps like the Samajwadi Party or the Aam Aadmi Party. What do you make of that?
Well, a few days ago, I did a blog which I titled MAC. That there is not just an India alliance.
On your own show, go ahead.
No, there isn't just an India alliance. There's a MAC alliance. What is MAC? Mamata, Akhilesh, Kejriwal. This is the alliance which has been working almost as a grouping within this group. For example, pitching Mallikarjun Kharge was an idea which Mamta Banerjee floated along with Arvind Kejriwal. Now, these are three individuals who, frankly, on the ground are fighting with the Congress. Mamta has taken over the Congress's turf in Bengal. Mr. Kejriwal has taken over the Congress's turf in Punjab and Delhi. So there is no great chemistry between these parties. Akhilesh Yadav, you saw what happened in 2017 when he and Rahul Gandhi had tied up. That relationship didn't last long. So these are parties which in any case want to first protect their home turf or expand in some form or the other, like Mr. Kejriwal does. For example, he's going to demand a few seats in Gujarat. He wants a seat in Goa. So these parties are working to their own beat almost, as you would say. But I think the critical point, and Rahul Verma alluded to it, is simply this. There are those 180 odd seats, Preeti, which in 2019 and 2014, the Congress fought in straight fights with the BJP and won barely 10 or 12 of them. And unless that changes, nothing changes on the ground. If this alliance claims that it wants to defeat Narendra Modi-led BJP, the Congress has to get its act together in these seats. So rather than waste its energies at the moment in haggling over one seat here and one seat there, the Congress needs to start recognizing it's no longer the dominant force of Indian politics. It may be an important element of the India alliance, but it's going to first have to get its act together and fight the BJP and not fight Mamta Banerjee or fight Bhagwant Singh Maan or fight Akhilesh Yadav. That's, that might get you a few extra seats, but I don't think it's going to win you the war. And just to say this, speaking to someone from this alliance who's been talking to the Congress, they actually say they found the Congress rather accommodating at that level. The likes of Mukul Wasnik, who are handling this seat sharing, have apparently been willing to accommodate. The problem is at the top leadership.
True.
You see, the top leadership needs to start sending out more positive signals, not do that. If Rahul Gandhi wants to do an yatra, good luck to him. But he's got to recognize that he are now almost on the eve of a general election. The yatra also could have accommodated all the other leaders. Imagine the power the yatra would have had if 10 people were accompanying Rahul Gandhi rather than just Rahul Gandhi himself. So the Congress has to recognize and decide, is this 2024 election like 2019 about resurrecting Rahul Gandhi, or is it about fighting Narendra Modi? If it's about resurrecting Rahul Gandhi, you're not going to defeat Narendra Modi only through Rahul Gandhi. Let's get that very straight. Wake up and smell the coffee.
Right. And Ghanshyam Tamari, that's where I bring you in, because I'll tell you what's so interesting, because we're talking about an axis within an axis, which is the India Alliance, and one of that comes from the Samajwadi Party, the TMC and the Aam Aadmi Party. What was, all the more, intriguing today is, while the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party somewhere down the line during their talks have unilaterally decided that they will not be fighting the election on the 13 seats in Punjab together as it serves the alliance better. But still, Bhagwant Mann and the Aam Aadmi Party today were compelled to do a press conference saying that we are not going to fight with the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, indicating that they stand with Mamta Banerjee. It is posturing through optics. Are we expecting a press conference by Akhilesh tomorrow?
Well, good evening, Preeti, to you, fellow co-panelists and the viewers. There are three things that are important. One, that India Alliance is an alliance that is built on an agenda that is by and large vacated by BJP. The agenda of jobs, agenda of social harmony, agenda of power to women, and agenda of federalism and constitution. It's an agenda that BJP has vacated and does not want to occupy. That's one. Second is that it's a multipolar alliance. No party, no leader has claimed that they are the epicenter of this alliance. Different leaders have played different roles in architecting this alliance. And so far, there is no seat where one can claim that a party that is better positioned to defeat BJP on that seat has been denied that seat. So even with respect to Bengal, when in 2021 elections, TMC won around 47-48% votes. Congress won around 2 to 3% votes. There is no case to make that if Congress doesn't participate in 2-3 seats, they will be denied a victory against BJP. Similarly in Punjab. So the arithmetic of alliance making is against the Congress party based on the past assembly and national elections. That said, the regional parties have opened the door to negotiate, and that will take its time. I don't think the alliance will fracture on the basis of seat sharing. The alliance will continue. The seat sharing will change from time to time. But it is important that the message that we communicate as an alliance to the nation.
So, but Ghanshyam Tiwari, the sheer fact that the Samajwadi Party has skipped the last 2 seat sharing talks with the Congress, your committee, your party committee has skipped that seat sharing talks with the Congress. What is the message that you're trying to send out?
Well, we have been consistent in our message that the Congress alliance team must come up with a set of seats that they can confidently say that this is how we are going to win, this is our candidate, this is the basis on which these seats are seats that Congress can win. And we have gone a step ahead and said that if seat sharing is finalized duly, then it will give our organization room, ability to support, strengthen the overall political campaigns that are going on, whether it is the PDA Yatra, whether it is the Nyaya Yatra, and every other campaign that happens. But it is for the Congress party to make a clear case for the seats that it wants to contest, because this is an election that no party in the opposition wants to lose. There is a clear case against BJP at a national level, no matter
but the Congress hasn't
how
really come
BJP
up.
communicates that they are powerful. They cannot provide jobs to our youth.
Right.
They cannot
but till
fight
now,
for the rights
but till
of
now,
our women.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, the Congress has been unable to provide evidence on the number of seats that they're asking at the back, that not bolstered it with the evidence on winnability. That's what you're saying. But,
that is a simple ask.
Okay, all right, that's a simple ask. But Sushmita Dev, I'm getting you back into this conversation. Tomorrow, the Bharat Jodo Yatra or the Nyaya Yatra in its new form is entering the state of Bengal. Are we going to see Mamata Banerjee walk somewhere down the line with Rahul Gandhi?
I think Chairperson Mamata Banerjee has made her position very clear that she doesn't have any information, or she didn't have prior information about it. So I don't think there's anything further for me to say on it, or any speculation that she will join. And I think the Congress party is crystal clear that this yatra is a program that the Congress party is doing on its own platform. And they are saying darwaze khulle hain agar koi aana chahe, kind of a situation. So we have no problem in Bengal. All parties do various political programs or philosophical programs or ideological programs, and the Congress should carry on.
But, Sushmita Dev, can you shed some light on this? Because at one end, Mamata Banerjee says that I have got no invitation from the Congress.
Yes.
Jairam Ramesh this afternoon said that multiple invitations have gone on. And then the Congress has come up and said that written invitation has gone from Mr. Kharge as well as Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Which one of the three is true?
Well, to be very honest, I believe what Pawatadi said. I don't think she has we have any reason to doubt her, because when Rahul Gandhi ji was disqualified, if you remember, from the parliament, she was the first to stand by him. And I think Pawatadi has, even inside the parliament, stood together with all opposition parties without any hassle whatsoever. So I don't see any reason why she should have to misrepresent or, state facts which are untrue. So I believe Mamata is absolutely on record saying what she has said about the yatra.
Sanjay Jha, isn't it really funny? Look at the trust deficit here. You have the Congress saying we've sent out invites. You have a Mamata Banerjee saying none came to me. And then you have a Jairam Ramesh saying that our leader, Mr. Kharge, in many rallies have said anyone can join.
Preeti, to be honest, I have, I've been a late entrant into politics, but this is one part I've never understood. I'm being very honest about it. Why don't leaders just have a more honest and transparent communication instead of trying to, make everything like a mystery wrapped in an enigma, soaked in a riddle? But the simple issue here I can tell you is this, Preeti. Alliance is hard work. It is not some kind of a romantic honeymoon trip. All the leaders are having a problem. I'll tell you why. Because when you do an adjustment of seats, and I've seen leaders go through it, they have to explain to their workers, to the potential candidates who would have fought an election otherwise, that, my dear friend, you'll have to take a break for the next 5 years for a Lok Sabha, or we have to wait for an assembly election, or we'll accommodate you in the Raj Sabha. That is hard talk, because, the workers or the aspirants are extremely bullish. But this is what has to be done. If you want to stop the BJP, ladies and gentlemen, you'll have to make sacrifices. It's hard work. There is no compromise on that at all. And one of the points I wish to make on your channel before I finish, it actually is not so complicated. One of the suggestions that we gave to the India Alliance, I don't know whether they implement it or not, clearly they are not, is that the party which has been the dominant player in the Lok Sabha and the assembly elections, whether it's a regional party or the Congress, should have the veto
But, you
on
know,
the distribution of the state seats.
Right.
Simple.
But Sanjay Jha, that's what practically every regional satrap is saying. That's what Mamata Banerjee and the TMC stated right from the word go, where they offered that formula to the India Alliance. But Rahul Verma, I want to get you back into this conversation, and let's hark back into the, the debates we used to have earlier on the Nyaya Yatra of Rahul Gandhi. And this is exactly what we were what we spoke of, that it's going to be the India Alliance which is going to bear the cost of Rahul Gandhi's Nyaya Yatra, and that's exactly what's happening right now.
Yes and no. See why I'm saying no. We have been debating on this. Why do think of this question? Why it is hard for parties in certain contexts to get together and form alliances? Is it just because of the leader? Think of why were not big alliances in 1967 or 1971? Why only alliances succeeded in the period between 1989 and 2014? Because there are systemic properties which constrains alliance making sometimes. Of course, this is not to say that leaders can't overcome those constraints, but there are some systemic properties in a dominant party system, which is led by BJP, which is going to make alliance making very, very difficult. And so what you are saying, we reduce politics to what leaders do and other don't do. But most of the time, politics is also driven by certain systemic characteristics. So for me, even if Rahul Gandhi was willing, he would not have been able to successfully create an alliance unless all parties feel that there is an existential which arrived in 1977 and they managed to form an alliance and challenge the Congress party, which was the dominant party for a very, very long period of time. Because many of these parties in the sort of coastal states are comfortable in their states.
Right.
The reason they are going to play hardball with the Congress is because they know that they can do well in their respective states without the Congress. So why do they need Congress to tell them how to contest elections in West Bengal? If Congress wants to anchor the coalition, Congress have to be basically much more magnanimous and much more willing to build this coalition. So there is, of course, problem at the end of the Congress, but even all I'm trying to say, it's not easy to form alliances.
All right, Rajdeep wants to come in, Ghanshyam Tiwari wants to come in. Rajdeep, go ahead. Because this is exactly what the BJP thought was going to come down with the alliance. It's not going to work.
No, look, I think taking off from what Rahul Verma just said, part of the problem is that the Congress itself is no longer as strong as it once was. So when you're weakened in any jungle, when a formidable animal suddenly is injured and is struggling to move, the hyenas come, the jackals come, and they are also waiting to pounce and get their piece of flesh. Look, all these political parties are looking to first strengthen themselves in their home base. They may tell you that Narendra Modi is their main enemy, but at the end of the day, they want to strengthen themselves where they are. I am at the moment in Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. At the moment, both Chandrababu Naidu and Jagan Mohan Reddy are looking to strengthen themselves first in Andhra Pradesh. Then they will do their deals with Delhi. You see, the balance of power within this India alliance is a very awkward one because the Congress is no longer as strong as it once was. If the Congress was strong, all these regional parties, if they thought the Congress was the vote catcher, which would enable them to defeat Mr. Modi, they would line up behind the Congress. All these parties first want to establish and secure their own positions, both at the state and the national level. Then they will deal with the Congress. And I think the same thing will happen in Uttar Pradesh with Akhilesh Yadav or with the Kejriwal as we are seeing in Punjab or a Mamta in Bengal. So because the Congress, and I come back to it, so the Congress's goal should be how do we strengthen ourselves in the states where we are really the party number one within the opposition. Karnataka, Telangana, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Haryana. To some extent, you could argue Maharashtra, but I would say these 5 states, get your act together here. Those 100, 150 seats, fight them like you've never fought. And then you have a chance to dictate terms to the allies post-poll. Otherwise, the Congress, frankly, is without an oar and a paddle in an ocean where, as I keep saying, there is no captain.
All right, Ghanshyam Tiwari, you wanted to come in, but You do understand with what is taking place right now, this feeds in perfectly to the narrative of the BJP that your alliance has always been inorganic, joined at the hip with visceral hate of no one else but the Prime Minister Modi.
Well, there are two things. It is easy to look at this alliance and criticize it in the template of BJP. BJP is a unipolar force. Whereas for every seat, there is Prime Minister Modi. The candidate does not matter. The alliance partner doesn't matter. We cannot even say together how many allies they have in Bihar, how many allies they have in Maharashtra, and so on. So if you look at the alliance from the template of BJP, yes, it's not a unipolar system. But if you look at the alliance from the reality of politics, you will see that a DMK in Tamil Nadu is not waiting for this alliance seat sharing to happen to mobilize its political campaigns. Those campaigns are already underway for 2024. A Samajwadi Party is not waiting for the perfect seat sharing to arrive before the campaign is mobilized. The campaigns are already ongoing. And state after state, what BJP is fighting is a TMC which is powerful, is already mobilized at the ground in West Bengal, and a DMK in Bihar, the way Tejasvi Yadavji and Nitish Kumarji have already mobilized groundswell for their party. So it is difficult to put this in the template of unipolar BJP. But when you start asking questions that does BJP have a chance, these rumors notwithstanding, does BJP have a chance in Bihar? Do they have a chance in any of the southern states? Do they have a chance in several northeastern states? Do they have a chance?
Ghanshyam Tiwari, with what that's going on in Bihar, I'd hold the jury there for a while.
You realize,
especially in the last couple of days.
Sorry?
I said, with what's going on in Bihar, I'd hold the jury on including Bihar along with the southern states right now.
Again, that's a typical BJP template, right? that trickster template that they want to put enough news on the table to say that the alliance will switch.
Sadly,
it's not a temperature measurement.
Mr. Tiwari, sadly, it's not the BJP putting the news on the table. It's your own ally, Nitish Kumar, who's putting the news on the table.
No,
and heavy criticism of your other ally of the Congress today. That's what's happened. You don't know that better than I.
It will benefit the alliance in Bihar because every time BJP says that it is pro Nitish Kumarji, when the elections happen, they will find it difficult to criticize his government. That if BJP and somebody is going with an assumption that just because some news items are out there, Nitish Kumarji is looking at the newspaper and deciding that I should switch, enough news has come to this. This is not how politics is played out.
Sadly, it's just not in the news. This is commentary by Nitish Kumar, but that's okay. That's a part of a separate debate. But Shikha Mukherjee, coming back to West Bengal, was this always in the making where Mamata Banerjee was concerned? Or do you think what really pissed her off was also what has gone down with Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, what has gone down with the Bonhomme, with Mr. Sitaram Yechuri and the left?
I think it was always there. That was always likely to have happened. It would have been highly unusual if, in fact, the TMC and the Congress had decided on a seat-sharing formula which satisfied both. It is very unlikely that the Congress's demand for more seats would have been considered by Mamata in any way. And there is no way in which Mamata doubts her own capacity to win more seats in the 2024 elections, fighting on her own than with the Congress. Her complaint about the role of Sitaram Yechuri is part of who she is. And the fact that there have been, both the Congress and the CPM have fought together and they haven't made much headway. And if she thinks that the Congress, if it expects to have played the role of a mediator, which I doubt, but if it had even raised an issue about how all three of them can fight in West Bengal, it was entirely predictable that she would react in the way in which she has.
All right.
There is no way in which Mamata Banerjee and the left can even sensibly discuss anything across the table.
All right. Sushmita Deb, getting you back in, and we'll cut across to Rajdeep for a final comment. So are talks on West Bengal now completely off the table while you continue to negotiate on Assam, Tripura, Meghalaya?
See, it's very simple. We have waited for the seat sharing to be decided from September. Then it went to December, and now we are in January. in this situation, our chairperson Mamata Banerjee is crystal clear. If anybody is battle ready, and if you look at all the data of the last Vidhan Sabha and the Lok Sabha election, if BJP has to be defeated, which is the very purpose of the India bloc, then All India Trinamool Congress must fight the 42 seats to defeat the BJP. And I just have to add that we have acted with great, I would have to say, maturity and grace, given the kind of comments that have been flying around in Bengal, in the greater interest of the alliance. And we'll continue to do so. And we stand with the alliance, there's no doubt about it. But yes, seat sharing is on the basis of the formula that Trinamool Congress is the strongest party and the most suited to battle the BJP.
But that's in West Bengal. So you're going to continue your talks on Assam, Meghalaya and Tripura?
Well, we will see. All India Trinamool Congress has a working committee, somewhat like the CWC of the Congress. And they are due to meet within a week's time in consultation with our state presidents. We will.
Okay, okay, so we've lost Sushmita Dev there, but we've got the gist of it. Rajdeep, to get you in, where the Congress is concerned, every time you think things are changing, the more they remain the same. Don't you think so?
Well, yes, let me just very quickly also say that in Bengal, it suits Mamata Banerjee to have the left opposing her because it splits the anti-Mamata vote. She would have ideally liked the Congress at least to be on her side in some seats because then the Muslim vote isn't divided. She wants
the 6 seats that we were talking about, yes.
That's right. But the truth of the matter is, Preeti, and I repeat this, the Congress party is the one which is going to have to start recognizing that Indian politics in 2024 is not even 2004. This belief that Modi shining could be an India shining moment. They're living, I think, they're out of touch with reality. In 20 years, Indian politics has changed substantially. The BJP is not a party of 180 seats anymore. It's a party of 303. So at the very least, you have to bring them down to 220, which is 80 seats less, to have any chance of forging any kind of post-poll government. So I think the Congress has to recognize that this election, frankly, is an existential crisis for them. It's not an existential crisis for Mamata Banerjee. It's not an existential crisis for Arvind Kejriwal. These parties will live to fight another day in their states. They're going to fight state elections and possibly against the Congress. But for the Congress, if this election becomes another election where they win only 50 to 60 seats, then their very raison d'etre as the principal opposition party of this country will come under challenge. So I think the Congress, I keep repeating, has to recognize we are in a very different India in 2024 compared to 2004. You're going to have to fight your politics very differently. You don't do it, I'm sorry, this could be the Congress party then, as someone was telling me recently, we'll have to write a book, Ek Thi Congress.
All right, we have to write a book, Ek Thi Congress. Rajiv, that could be the topic of your next book. All right. Or too early, you'd say.
I don't write off any party. Look, every party there. We could have said Ek Thi BJP in 2009. Look at how they bounced back. But to bounce back, you need organization, you need a narrative, you need leadership.
Well, at least, like you said, the political landscape is very different, but is the Congress recognizing it or at least reading the signs? What they are doing with all its bells and whistles, Rahul Gandhi's Nyaya Yatra enters the state of West Bengal a day after Mamata Banerjee says that she's got nothing to do with the Congress when it comes down to the state of West Bengal and its 42 seats. We're going to leave it there. Thank you for all our guests joining us this evening. With that, all right, let's quickly move on in the bulletin. We're going to go into a break. When we return, Ayodhya witnesses an unprecedented surge in pilgrims. We're going to get you more on that. Stay with us.
Pure Wash Electronic Seat by Kohler. Wish everything was this intelligent.
Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics, and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Scan the QR code.
Sveda by Cola. Wish everything cared for your skin.
Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics, and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Scan the QR code.
Colors by Cola makes you wish everything was as vibrant.
Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics, and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Scan the QR code. Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics, and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Scan the QR code.
Welcome back. You're with News Today. Now, Ayodhya witnessed an unprecedented surge in pilgrims since it opened up for devotees on Tuesday to ensure safety and smooth passage of pilgrims eager to seek darshan of Ram Lalla. Temple authorities have extended the timings, allowing devotees to visit until 10 p.m. Here's the report of Day 2 from Ayodhya.
It was a foggy morning in Ayodhya on Day 2. But this did not deter the devotees of Ram Lalla. Those stuck at the airport sang bhajans. Those in the queue braving the icy cold winds stood patiently for a darshan.
हर व्यक्ति को यानी कि वीआईपी वाला दर्शन बिल्कुल जैसा होता है उस तरह का दर्शन मिल रहा है। किसी प्रकार की कोई तकलीफ नहीं, सबको बोलते हैं आलो इंडिया से लोग आए और दर्शन करें, यहाँ कोई दिक्कत नहीं। कल बहुत भीड़ हो गई थी, आज तो कुछ ऐसा नहीं। कल तो वीआईपी बहुत थे ना, इस वजह से हम लोग कल भी दर्शन किए थे। कल और आज की व्यवस्था में बहुत अंतर है, जमीन आसमान का अंतर है।
The first day after the Pran Pratishtha ceremony saw an influx of devotees in Ayodhya. This led to a chaotic situation and multiple challenges for the security establishment. Though no one sustained any injury, some reported minor injuries because of overcrowding. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath assessed the situation via live streaming from Lucknow, and the administration had to order further restriction of arrival of pilgrims in Ayodhya.
कल का जो कुछ हुआ परेशानी लोगों को, आज हम उसको दूर करने की कोशिश किए कि लोगों को असुविधा ना हो और बढ़िया दर्शन कर पाए।
सर, तो लगभग कितना स्टाफ आपका डिप्लॉय होगा यहाँ पे?
अप्रॉक्सीमेट 1000 के आसपास।
1000 के आसपास
पूरा मंदिर परिसर आप
कल जो प्लान जो बनाया गया था उसको रात में एग्जीक्यूट किया गया है। यहाँ क्यों आप देख सकते हैं क्यू लगाने की बहुत अच्छी व्यवस्था की गई है। साथ में जो पब्लिक का जो फैसिलिटेशन सेंटर है उसको भी रात में एक्टिव किया गया है। और अब जो है हमारे जो इतने श्रद्धालु हैं वो फैसिलिटेशन सेंटर के माध्यम से वहाँ पे अपने सामान वगैरह जमा करके और फिर बहुत आराम से यहाँ पे दर्शन कर रहे हैं।
The picture is different from yesterday. The arrangement has been made for the smooth darshanas of these devotees, and you see how heavy security deployment is here. RAF on one side, UP police on the other side, constantly managing the mobilization, the people who are coming for the darshanas, so that there is no situation of overcrowding.
Devotees from different parts of the country have come to Ayodhya for a darshan of the divine deity Ramlala.
आज कैसे हुए दर्शन? हमको जो चंपत रहेगा हमको वो न्योता था, हमको आगे अंदर जाने दिया, आराम से दर्शन हुआ, बहुत अच्छा लगा, एकदम बहुत अद्भुत लगा। रामलला अपने जगह पे विराजमान हो गए, 500
and they're determined to brave icy cold winds and the crowds for just one darshan, to pray at the Ram Mandir and be in the Sri Ram Nagri. With Abhishek Mishra, Samarth Srivastav, Chitra Tripathi and Kumar Abhishek in Ayodhya, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, moving on. England off-spinner Shoaib Bashir has been granted a visa to travel to India after he couldn't travel with the English team ahead of the first test in Hyderabad. Bashir's parents are of Pakistan origin, and therefore there was a delay in his visa process as it had to be stamped at the Indian High Commission in London. The England team travelled to India after a preparatory camp in Abu Dhabi, but Bashir had to travel back to London to get his visa stamped, which was done immediately upon his arrival to England on Wednesday. The England camp was left frustrated with the delay in Bashir's visa, which prompted Captain Ben Stokes to say that he was devastated that Bashir had to go through such a hold-up. All right, with that piece of news, time for us to wrap up this edition of News Today. We'll see you tomorrow evening. You have a good night ahead.
Pure Wash Electronic Seat by Kohler. Wish everything was this intelligent.
Sveda by Kohler. Wish everything cared for your skin.
Get ready for an immersive journey into the heart of news, politics, and insights that matter. Join India Today now on WhatsApp. Scan the QR code.
Colors by Kohler makes you wish everything was as vibrant.
Get ready